Good morning. Does that help? Maybe a little. Get that actual light in there, but I think it gives. How are you all today? Those of you who are listening to the replay, because live is no longer. Oh, there is someone here. Good morning, Elaine. This is our Mandala Universes when we gather every single day at 8 a.m. Pacific time for 30 minutes. So check us out. We check in, we ground, have a reading or a poem, and then we draw mandalas. And I just started a new book, so I only have one to show you. The other pages are all ready to be explored, but not yet. They're empty. How are you, Elaine? I got to hang out with some of our sisters last night. I'm in San Francisco, driving to Los Angeles today. And I got to hang out with Cheryl, Miss M, and Michelina. It was very nice. And we went to a bar called Bar Darling that Michelina painted this bar. The walls, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Hand paint, you can see the brush marks like of all these leaves that were in this. It's just a beautiful scene of trees and the sky. Good morning, Amy. How are you? Amy says good morning. I'm a little sleepy in a new place. I'm tired. It takes me a while to adjust to a new place, and so I'm only here one night. But I'll tell you, if you go to San Francisco, the Marina Motel is amazing. I just love this motel, and it's the name of it is motel, but it feels very upscale. It does not feel like Motel 6 kind of feeling. And it was very quiet. And I'm on Lombard Street, and if you know San Francisco, that's a very busy street. Yeah, so Amy's starting us off with, how are you feeling? She's feeling unsettled. And hopefully our time together will kind of some things for you. I had some weird, wild dreams last night. Wow, super wild dreams. In one of them, I had a robe on, I had a face mask on, I had something around my neck, and it looked like it was like washi tape, like a choker, but it was wrapped around quite a few times and messily. And what else? And I walked out of my hotel room and I was in this hallway. They said, go upstairs to the French breakfast. But everyone who saw me was like kind of mortified, like, why are you out in your robe and your face mask and this thing around your neck? It was I have no idea what that means, but it's a very odd dream. And let's see, Michelina's here. Good morning. Miss Emma's here. She says, morning, Elaine. Greetings, Pamela. Michelina says, feeling rested and grateful. And Carol says, hi, Pamela and all. Feeling busy cutting lots of veggies for the holidays. Are you having a crowd at your home? And Kathy says, I'm checking in comfy and excited. And I'm wondering if you have relatives coming to visit you this holiday. We're going to have a Thanksgiving meal on Wednesday with my daughter, and then Matt and I are going to Newport Beach for Thursday. And then I'll be with Scott. Good morning, Deb. Deb says good morning to everyone. And Kathy says, yes, 2 of the 5 grandkids will be here. Nice. The youthful energy. And Carol says, just 5 of us, but still cook for more. 5 of us. That means you 2 and then 3 other people. Nice. And Deb says that her check-in is feeling relief. Nice. Well, I unpacked part of my stuff, but not the books with the readings in them. Oh, you know what? I think, hold on one minute. journal, and I know I write some things in there so we can ground and then a reading. So why don't you go ahead and get comfy, and then get comfy a little bit more. And then on the next exhale, letting your eyes close if that's comfortable for you. And then taking in a big inhale. Just letting it go. I feel good. Let's do it again. And as you just let that go, and you may want to do it a couple more times for yourself. What do you notice? I noticed stiffness right here on my shoulder, the back, kind of in the middle, upper back on the left side. So just move around those body parts. Moving the chin as if it was a pendulum moving from side to side. Letting the shoulders relax down the back. Just noticing maybe those shoulders are the beginning of a waterfall. The water's just going over your back. It's a temperature that feels really good to your body. And then it pulls at the bottom, and you're sitting in a warm bath with your favorite aromatherapy essential oil fragrance. Sniffing that in. Feeling really warm and kind of hugged by the water. And just let yourself sit there for a moment. The smells, feels. And I have 3 quotes from Carl Jung. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Both and, huh? And then another quote from him is, I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. I think I've heard it, I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become because of what happened to me. I've been reading about, I don't know where I found her, the Green Witch, and she talks about high vibrational energy, and high vibrational energy brings us joy, creativity, love, and dance. No, excuse me, abundance. I can't read my writing. I like dance. And low vibrational energy brings about fear, anger, jealousy, and apathy. And one of the things that she shared to increase vibrational energy is to bless my food. And I immediately think of a Catholic prayer, I don't know why. But her blessing is, may this meal nourish my body, mind, and spirit with love and light. It makes me think of Cheryl's meditation on Sunday from McLean's channeling for healing. Other ways to increase vibrational energy, putting hands or feet on the actual earth, listening to music without words, eating home-cooked meals, and dressing intentionally. Thought about that one, dressing intentionally. When I go into my closet and it's what's clean, what's easy, is that intentional for maybe the mood I want to be in that day? Or, yeah, anyway, it got me thinking. So if you're still in that quiet space and haven't started drawing, go ahead and next inhale, flutter your eyes open and come to the page. For those of you, when I started, I said, well, I'm started a new book, so I just have one mandala to share, and that was yesterday's. I have a bunch of them. But we draw a circle, inhaling halfway through, exhale. Yes, inhaling and exhaling to complete the circle. And then put whatever in it that we want. It can be anything. Anything. I don't have my paints with me today, so it's going to be 4 colored pencils that I got the last time I was in San Francisco. I got these at Case for Making. That was a fun field trip. So I had some big ahas on my personal retreat to the Redwoods. One of them is I'm going to part time live up in Sonoma County. Don't know what that really means yet, but I'm going to spend more time there, that's for sure. And the other is I signed up for the California Naturalist Program certification, and they have one that begins in February, and it's a Redwood and Sonoma Coast focus, and I'm on the wait list. And it got me looking at, they have these all over, and there's also one 20 minutes from my house for this wetlands reserve. So it doesn't open until summer, and I thought, well, we'll see where I am in the summer if I do that. I might develop an appreciation for the wetlands more than I have if I do this course. They're 40 hours, so it's not like a huge amount of time. It feels really in alignment with my direction right now. And Kathy says, a redwood and cinnamon toast certification. And Laura's here. Good morning, Laura. Funny, cinnamon toast. Is that supposed to be Sonoma Coast that got spell checked? If it is, I'm going to probably have to call it cinnamon toast from now on, just because I love that spell check change. Or you didn't hear me well, because I might be mumbling this morning, being that I'm sleepy. You heard cinnamon toast. Sonoma Coast. I am mumbling. And Miss M says, I love cinnamon toast. I love cinnamon toast too. I like that raisin bread that has the cinnamon swirl with the raisins. Oh gosh. I can't buy that because I'll eat too much bread, but it's so good as a little treat. Okay, I think I missed Miss Emma saying hi, Laura. And Skyle's here. Good morning, Skyle. She says, good morning, friends. And Susanna's here. Hey, she says, hey, greetings from Kenya. Nice to see all you guys coming in. Yeah, I found this. I think it's really for traveling nurses, and it's a website that you can rent places by the month. And so I thought, and it's a lot cheaper than Airbnb while you're doing a month. So there's that. So anyway, yeah, more Northern California time soaking for me. It's just so good for me. And I'm very blessed with a partner who's like, he says, I'm his adventure girl. He's like, you go, you have fun. So. And then Deb says, all that healing cinnamon. And this one says, right, Deb. Making an artichoke bush on top of the ocean. This is not realism here. Carol says, have a wonderful day, everyone. Time for me to move on. Moving on for cooking, girl. Have a wonderful rest of your day, Carol. Amy says, we are time bending this morning. Is it nice? Yeah. Either that, but if I'm antsy and we time bend, sometimes I'm like, it's taking too long. Most times, though, I don't feel that. I can spend more time on my drawing. And today I can only draw while we're together because then we're going to get on the road. And drive, it's like almost 6 hours. Not too bad. Can you read the second quote again, please? Of course. I'm not sure which one. I didn't read them in order. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Where your fear is, there your task is. I don't think I read that one. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Did I get the one you were looking for? And then I moved around in my journal. The blessing of the food, it could be that. You know how our Many of us, our handles changed. Mine may not show today because I'm through the Art of Mandala universes, but when I come on myself, it was my name, and now it's Sacred Turtle. So I started like, okay, where'd that come from? Like, how long ago was that? And I was playing around with, and I realized the number of businesses that I've either had or started. One I started, but I never really went anywhere with. It was called Pure Peddler, and it was natural cleaning products. And then the Sacred Turtle Dance, which I never got off the ground. Um, and then Mindful Counseling was my first private practice. Oh, before that, I was a coach, and Clarity for You was my business name. Then Mindful Counseling, then Whole Heart Therapy. It's kind of interesting, the history of all these different businesses that I've had in the past. All this was in the past 20 years when I was tired of corporate and wanted to get out. Michelina says, my mandala is a tree of life. I choose who to be. That's lovely. I have a tree that has purple trunk and leaves, and then this is my little my little artichoke plant. It's interesting when you have just minimal colors, you can expand. Or I am. I should say you. I don't know why I'm saying they. It's not my style. Anyone else have words coming? Amy says, I'm following Michelina's lead, the beauty of choice. Yeah. I have a lot of power in that to choose. Lots of options. If it's inside work, right? Lots of options. And Kathy says sisterhood. Yeah. This is definitely not a realistic. I'm doing a tree too. It's very odd and cool at the same time. I'm not very chatty today. I don't have much to say. I did a lot of chatting yesterday. I think I'm in a quieter space. Michelina says we are time bending, and I love it. So last night somebody was saying, "Oh, there's a certain food that if I eat, I like taste it for days." And I'm like, I don't think I have anything like that. And I have an itchy nose, and I've had that since last night. So something I drank or ate, I'm having an allergic something. My nose keeps itching. I just noticed I itched it again. So I do have that. It's just in a different form. I have no idea. I ate a lot of different things last night. What the heck it could have been. Amy says, I do too. Loving the quiet. It is very much helping to settle me. I think I've been moving at a different pace this last week and I'm ready to slow back down to my own pace. You know, Amy, I noticed that when I was up in the redwoods of how much I slowed down, and I don't do that at home. So it's a lesson for me to like, where can I cultivate that at home? Um, God, it felt really good to slow down. It really felt good. I didn't do the typical vacation of I need to get up and I get and do a hike today and I need to do this today. And it was like, what do I feel like doing? And one day I made coffee, had a protein bar, and I sat and read for 3 hours. And it was like, oh, it was. I read two 400-page books while I was gone. I wasn't gone that long. I was like so happy. Gosh, I love to read, and I had some books with me. It was nice. Kathy says, "Man, my coffee is good today. I want that soon. A good coffee. That will be one of the first stops. On a breakfast sandwich and coffee. Then we can hit the road." Kathy says, "I did that camping last summer. Just read and read and read." Yeah. And when you're, oh, for me, being that I had these big windows and I could see the redwoods, I was just in heaven. Yeah, it was really nice. And Miss M is kicking off. Thank you, Pamela and friends, which means it is getting time to say adieu. And Amy says, "Life in the van definitely suits me in this phase of life." I'm so happy for you with that, Amy. I mean, it's a big, big shift that you did, it's like you put on this new clothing and it fits just perfectly. I'm really happy for you. All right, my friends. McLean says, "I just started The Service Berry by Robin Will Kimmerer from Cheryl." The Service Berry. I'll have to look into that. I go to there's a little store next to our library, and so you can bring your books that you've read, and then they like pay $1 or $2, and that funds something for the library. So that's where I get all my books. So it's whatever they have there. I'm kind of like not real picky, and I'd like to read, so it's kind of I don't know. I don't. It works. But Service Berry, I'll look into that. Hugs. Kisses. I will see you all in the ethers. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in the replay since I'll be with my family. Um, and Amy says, "Enjoy Michelina." It's on my short list thanks to Cheryl. Cheryl, you're starting something. You're a way shower for us, Bellwether. All right, guys. Bye.